everybody. Welcome to Foster Friday Live. We're so glad that you are joining us. As you pop in, I hope that you will leave us a comment and just say hey, or drop us your questions. I am so excited to be with Miss Paula Reed from Connie Maxwell Foster Care, and we're going to be talking about what makes a great foster parent. And so many of you are great foster parents, so you give us your feedback too. And those of you who are prospective foster parents who are just kind of checking this out, let us know what your questions are. So Paula, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Paula Reed. I am the Director of Foster Care here at Connie Maxwell. We are a child placing agency. We are just another option in your licensing process. You can choose us or DSS or one of the many other CPAs. We're happy to work with you. We hope we can provide a lot of support for you as you go through your fostering journey.
So we're in Greenwood today, but just tell us a little bit about where your families are.
We license all over the state. So we have families in Horry County. We have families in Bamberg County. We are all over.
Okay, great. Well, like I said, we're going to talk about what makes a great foster parent. So what you've seen a lot of families.
I have seen a lot of
families. You've been in the business for a while. So what is it? What is that special ingredient that makes a great foster parent?
Well, a great foster parent, there are so many characteristics of foster parents. They are all so different, but great foster parents have room for a child in their hearts and in their homes. You know, they're committed to parenting that special needs child. Good foster families know the importance of being part of a family. They're patient. They have a good sense of humor, which you have to have.
I don't know about that patience part, though.
The sense of humor, you definitely need that sense of humor. Good foster parents are compassionate, they're open-minded, and reaching out to others may come naturally to you. But, a good foster parent is someone who can accept the children in our care and recognize their losses and their need to heal. Good foster families are self-confident but not afraid to ask for help when it's needed.
Yeah, because you need help.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Even on our Facebook page right now, on our Connie Maxwell Foster Care page, I've got a series going of what can you do to help your local foster families today. So y'all check that out. There's all kinds of things I've been putting up about that. We need families who are able to keep our kids connected to their families, because kids, when they come into foster care, they're removed from the family that they know,
their whole world, for better or worse.
Their pets, their toys, their schools, their neighbor, everything is gone. So we need people that can help keep that connection for them. We need families that can help the kids learn to manage their trauma. And a big one is to be able to work with other agencies and different community partners, and somebody who's supportive of racial and cultural diversity.
Yeah, and some of those things might be kind of obvious. Obviously, as you're thinking about being a foster parent, you think about, okay, do I have a bed? Do I have a room? Do I have a seat at the table? But some of those things, like thinking about the racial diversity, thinking about working with community partners, might not be as obvious.
Absolutely.
But, and we say this almost every week, there is a need for 1,900 foster homes in South Carolina. So we need good foster parents. We need so many.
Absolutely. And there are more options than Connie Maxwell and DSS. Miracle Hill, Thornwell. There's child placing agencies all across the state, and we don't care where you get licensed. We just want you to get licensed.
Yeah. And Whitney, hey, thanks for tuning in. So Connie Maxwell, we are physically in Greenwood, which is their main office, but Connie Maxwell Foster Care does license all counties all over the state.
Yes.
So we're talking about being foster parents, and I even wrote in kind of the description, so many times when someone finds out that I'm a foster parent, in the grocery line or wherever, oh, you're such a hero, you're such a whatever. And I'm like, if you only knew, if you only saw me, having a meltdown 5 minutes ago. So what are some of the myths and misconceptions that you hear from people as they say, well, I don't think I could do that. I could never be a foster parent.
And I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
I could never be a foster parent because I would get too attached.
Mm-hmm.
And my answer to that is, so
Yeah.
don't these kids deserve to have someone be attached to them? Don't they deserve to have that connection and have somebody love them? I mean, these are kids that have experienced great trauma in their lives. And the only way we're going to address that trauma and help them to heal is through connection. So get attached. I don't let anybody off the hook.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't foster, you can't. So, everybody's not drawn to do the same thing. We're not all set to do the same mission, but everybody can do something. And I am happy to help you find that something.
Now, at Connie Maxwell in particular, are there ways that families who can't foster can get connected or get involved, volunteer?
Yes, we have, families that support individual foster families. We have, we work with fostering the families out of the Rock Hill area where they support foster families as well. You can donate gift cards. You can donate, if you have a mechanic garage or something like that, you know what, offer to do low-cost oil changes for foster families. If you have a furniture store, donate a bunk bed to a family. There's something that everybody can do.
I know, we're always looking to add more beds, like where can I fit in a crib? Okay, maybe I can add in a bunk bed. And I'm looking at Target right now. There's a bunk bed with a trundle bed pull-out.
Perfect.
3 beds in one. So I think my husband would kill me though. So what else? Are there some other misconceptions about fostering?
Maybe not a misconception, but a lot of people don't even know about foster children, about foster care, that this whole world exists. They're just completely unaware. But I want, again, the families to know about these kids and how to help keep them in their community. And then again, I worry about new foster parents when they come into this. Even though we tell them what to expect, they don't have that experience yet, so they don't know what to attach that to. So even though we tell them what to expect, they really can't understand it until they get into it. But I want them to know that there are people and places where they can go to get loved on and to be supported.
So Connie Maxwell has some additional supports for their foster families.
We will do anything we can to support our foster families. My husband, who's an electrician, I sent him out to a foster home one day to wire a smoke detector. I mean, we're going to do anything we can to help these families.
And a lot of licensing agencies have some additional supports. So if you're not connected to a private agency, or you can't find those support systems from your agency, or you just don't know where to start, a great place to start is your local foster parent association.
Absolutely.
So in Greenwood, we work closely with Connie Maxwell. Our foster parent association, it offers monthly trainings, but more than that, we offer people support. We offer people connections to other foster families, because sometimes when you're new, you don't want to say, hey, I'm over my head.
Right.
Hey, I don't know how to do that.
Right.
My friend Lauren had to show me how to mix formula for a bottle when we started with 3 under 3, because I just didn't read the directions correctly and I looked like a fool. But thankfully I asked for help. So
yes, always ask for help.
Yeah. So, as we say, foster parents are not super, heroes. We don't get a cape when we get our licensing, but what are some of the examples of awesome foster parents that you have?
Well, I think that foster parents are superheroes. I mean, really, this is a hard job. It's a hard job. If everybody could do it, we wouldn't need 2,000 foster homes. You just have to be able to balance the needs of the foster child with the needs of your family, the needs of your own children. And I love to see foster homes who embrace the biological families. That is so hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes the biological families get such a bad rep. I mean, you've got kids coming home crying from visitation or crying because their visitation didn't take place. And you're the one there with that child. You're the one nurturing that child. You get upset for them.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to be objective sometimes, I think, when it comes to that biological family. But you know what? They're struggling just like the kids are. They need that love and support too.
So do you maybe have an example of a family that you know of that's done a great job embracing the bio family? We talk about the bio family almost every week because it is such a key component of all of this.
We have a family who has, the child has been reunified with the family, but she not only babysits for that child, but the siblings as well.
That's awesome.
So she has maintained contact with the family. She's very involved. The family is very involved. And they've worked out a wonderful arrangement for this child.
Whitney says a cape would be cool. So there we go. We'll recommend that up to the state office to start handing out capes.
Exactly.
I would like a magic wand, like just to wave and like be able to fix some things.
Perfect.
But, yeah, a cape would be cool. So as you're doing this, the hard work of recruiting families, of talking to families, of licensing families, and then walking through the great times and the joys of foster care, but also some challenges and some hard times. You got started?
Not for me. I mean, I've been in children's services for almost 30 years. Group care, DSS, continuum of care, guardian ad litem. It's my calling. It's what I know, and it's what I do well. So no, I always remember why. No, I do get discouraged sometimes with things like, we only have a handful of foster homes, but the number of placement requests that we get from DSS is just astronomical, and I get so discouraged when I can't place those children. It just makes me want to go out and plan recruitment events and get some more foster homes.
Yeah. So when you get discouraged, what do you do? What's something that helps keep you going?
I think about the families that we have, how we can support them. I get inspired by some of our families. They work so hard for our foster kids. They're really huge advocates for them. I see Facebook posts of children that I placed years ago, and they're now adopted and they're thriving, and that makes me feel great. So.
Well, and so we were just talking about a story. Would you mind sharing the story? I think foster parents, you will find this hilarious. Prospective foster parents, you will get a good kick out of this. We'll help you be prepared. But
shout out to Mallory. We have a brand new family. They've had 3 really, really tough placements. Really tough, that I think a lot of families would have turned around and said, nope, I can't do it. The little boy that was peeing in the oven every night clearly needed a higher level of care, but Mallory stuck it out. She was great. And not only has she stuck it out, but Mallory drums up her own business. She finds her own placements, and she has done a great job. She is a huge inspiration for me.
Can you imagine that? A kid waking up in the middle of the night every night and peeing in the oven. I love it. I love it. So as we send you off today, thank you so much for tuning in. Whitney, thank you for your questions. If you could send these people out, whoever's watching, with one piece of advice or one thing you would want them to know, what would that be?
My piece of advice is, people think about fostering for a really long time before they take that first step. And I say, just take that first step. Yeah. It is so worth it. We're here to support you. We'll walk you hand in hand through the licensing process. Give us a call.
So if they decided they wanted to take a next step with Connie Maxwell in particular, how would they do that?
Just go to our website. Okay. Go to our website and click on the foster care link, and there's contact information that comes right to me.
Awesome. And if you are interested in fostering but want to know more about your options, on our website at Care to Foster, you can click on your county and find all the licensing options available to you, both for standard and for therapeutic foster care, because there is a desperate need for foster homes, both standard and therapeutic.
Absolutely.
But like Paula said, there's a need for people supporting the foster care community. So desperate for guardian ad litems too, that you mentioned. So just think about it and take one next step, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.